I think it's important to listen to that sweet little voice, the one that gives you a gentle push forward to send that message or approach that person or make a phone call. The one that knows before the other voices interject. I think most often the first voice that appears comes from a place of authenticity, from the deep center where the heart knows what the mind cannot. And many a time after that soft and sweet voice speaks, nudging you to say this to this person or go this way instead of that way, there are many different interjections. What I have found more often than not is that the interjections come from the different parts of myself that want to keep me safe. And to express this message correctly, we must first understand what safe means within this context. And safe within this context means, how can I still belong? How can I still be accepted? How can I still fit into the day, into this life, into the dynamic that exists here? But what these little interjective voices do not understand is that often the life that we are creating calls upon us to act outside of the parameters in which we are safe, because the parameters in which we are safe are not necessarily the same parameters where we are living an authentic life that is truly our own. And I think that life is like a game of tic-tac-toe. You have to make your move and then see what happens next. And if you are constantly moving so to preserve your identity or yourself, or as to not embarrass yourself, as to not put yourself in the position of being rejected, then that probably also means that at the same time and in the same breath, you are also not putting yourself in the position to be loved, embraced, seen, appreciated, chosen, invited. I think that little voice, the soft and sweet one, who wants to nudge you gently forward, is the one that we think about when we get to the end of our lives, when we're looking back and reflecting on what truly mattered and what didn't, and what we let get in the way of what truly did. And I think more often than not, it's every time that we didn't do something because of the possibility of the outcome not being what we wanted it to be, or being painful or disappointing. But as human beings, we can do hard things. We can handle grief, disappointment, betrayal, rejection. And if we have a life full of those things, it's most probable we also have a life full of their opposite. For every direction that you can go, where your heart tells you that you are granted connection, I hope you choose to go there. Because it's from this truthful place within you where you are being guided from the most innocent and pure place within you. There's always room to be swayed, but think of the intention that this sweet and soft voice has when it tells you to get closer, when it tells you to help, when it tells you to believe, when it tells you to try. Will you let that be reason enough to say yes.